my life in the U.S., highwaying homeless a couple of times in the United States, and finally make the decision to become financially free, which is the greatest freedom you could ever have, is to become financial free. And I've been traveling and meeting all kinds of people. Women, you name it. Give me 1 second. Let me adjust my camera. All right, so number one, my notes here, is the peace of mind, the mindfulness, the wholeness. Okay, let's talk about mindfulness. Me living outside the matrix, I've done something for my entire well-being. It has given me a whole new perspective in life. Let's talk about meeting women. Just having the option to meet women that would never spit, that wouldn't even spit on you in the matrix if you was on fire. I hear in Malaysia, you wouldn't believe the level of females that I'm meeting. Why will I leave this to go back to the shitty matrix? You know? And do me a favor, guys. Hit that like button so the algorithm kind of helps with pushing for more people to come in here so we can have a really good discussion. I've learned a lot from my over a decade in traveling and this past 4 months just traveling Southeast Asia that I truly want to share. So feel free to ask questions as I'm talking. Okay. So the number, I want to talk about cultural experience, new ideas, and let me see here. So the reason why me myself I left Nigeria, I was originally born in Nigeria, West Africa. I left for two main reasons. After, like, in the US you call it high school, but in Nigeria we call it secondary school. After that, I wanted to go become a lawyer, actually, believe it or not. However, the law schools in Nigeria, it was not only tough to get into, you have to bribe this guy, bribe that guy. And after all that, you're not getting the same level of education that you would get in the United States. So I left Nigeria for education and economic opportunity. That was the two main reasons, nothing else. Nothing else. Two main reasons that I left Nigeria back in 2007. I left when I arrived in Topeka, Kansas, lived over there for about 3 years, started my college education. It was just way too cold for me. Plus, I felt like, okay, I wanted to be around Black people in the United States. So I started doing my research. I found Atlanta has quite a huge number of not just Blacks, but successful movers and shakers. I'm like, okay, let me make this jump, transfer my college education. That's another beautiful thing about the United States. You can transfer. from one college to another. In many countries, the college you start is the college you done with. You want to transfer to another one, you have to go ahead and reapply or start from the beginning. So to make long story short, I arrived in Atlanta and it was a disaster from the get-go. It was a fucking disaster. That was my first, it's not the first time encountering Black women, but just encountering them en masse. The lady that I was communicating with to secure an apartment sent out everything, the application, my driver's license, security, everything. She guaranteed me, oh, the apartment is ready, just come in. You know, boom, 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 everything's ready to move in. I pack up all my stuff, put it on a Penske truck with my car on the dually, drove about for 14 hours from Kansas to all the way to Atlanta. I get there, it's about 6 p.m. You know, I'm walking in, oh, you know, can I get the keys to my apartment? Here's the rent. So I can at least move a couple of stuff in and relax, and the next day move the rest of my stuff in. Come to find out, there was no apartment. Nothing. I'm like, we've been communicating for over a week, more than a week, probably 2 weeks. And it was just a disaster. She's deflecting, she's talking, oh, it's just me in this office. Like, that's not my problem. If just you in the office walking, like, why would we telling me that everything was donkey? I just drive over here. Right now, I have no place to stay. I have to go find a hotel and then start searching for another apartment. So, I mean, I should have left Atlanta. It was just one disaster after another. I should have left Atlanta, moved back to Kansas, but I decided, me being a very, very stubborn guy, decided, okay, let me go ahead and tough it out. Let me go ahead. And that was when the economy was just crashing. People were just losing jobs. And I left a good job in Kansas where things worked efficient, where if they tell you your car will be ready 1 p.m. tomorrow, you come there 1 p.m. tomorrow, your car will be ready. In Atlanta, it was just the opposite. It was just one stupid fucker after the next. And I decided, you know, let me tough it out. I go and tough it out. Go ahead and do some great things in Atlanta. Great things in Atlanta. Interning for the Democratic Party of Georgia, becoming an intern for a congressman for the 4th Congressional District, Congressman Hank Johnson. Work with John Lewis, Congressman John Lewis, and graduated. But I left Atlanta, even after all that accomplishments, I left Atlanta with less shit and less money than I went in from Kansas. So I fast forward, now I'm living in Texas, working full-time in Texas. Things are better. And I'm getting used to a lot of some stuff. You know, the subtle racism and the passive aggressiveness. You know, I'm kind of finding that in Texas. But I was still, you know, working and making good money. And let's just say when I was in Texas, I did go homeless a couple of times, just betting it all and on myself. And afterwards, I make the decision, you know what, working for someone else it's not the best. Working for someone else, you are just, especially this day and age, you are just a paycheck away from, or a day away. I mean, especially in states like Texas where they fire well. they can walk in and just ask your ass, cap your ass out. Just like, get the fuck out of here. And there's nothing you can do. There's no level laws protecting you against that. So I made the decision I'm going to become financially free by becoming my own man and only eat what I kill. I made that decision while I was in Texas, and I never looked back ever since. I'm going to eat what I kill. I walk. When I'm tired, I sleep. When I'm done sleeping, wake up, I'm back at it again, walking on my own schedule, marching to the beats of my own fucking drums. I made that decision, got into Airbnb, start hustling, start working hard, cut off all the distractions. And I made the decision, since I'm not going to date a matrix woman anymore, I'm not going to go out with any of them anymore, because I dated a lot of white American girls, a lot. Even though they were better than the black ones in terms of treating you with respect and bringing out the best in you, they were still matrix women. So I made a decision, since I'm not gonna be getting into any serious relationships with them or going out with them. You know what? I don't care about impressing them anymore. I'm gonna go with one haircut a month. Okay? One haircut a month. No more buying new clothes. If I find something I want to buy some clothes, I just go to Porsche.com, buy secondhand clothes, clean it up, with a little bit of elbow grease. And those clothes, good quality, high quality. I'm talking about like Brooks Brothers and stuff like that. Bradford and Polo, just gently used. Rather than paying $100, I could pay $8 for it. So that's how I started to stack up my bread. I started looking for ways to make more income. And I found out flipping cars. I started with motorcycles, actually. One day I was driving back home and I saw all these motorcycles from this government agency. I turned on, I made a U-turn, went in there, spoke to them about, what are those motorcycles for and what are their intentions for it. They said they're selling it. If I wanted to buy, it's like 125cc motorcycles that they use to train people on how to ride a motorcycle. Like if you want to get your motorcycle license, they'll let you ride one of those motorcycles so you can show them that you know how to. So they have those motorcycles. I'll buy it for about $300, $400. Detail it, do all the oil change. Some of them have a lot of things that on it because it was being used as a lender bike, so people dropped it a couple of times. Changed the gas tank, did a couple of stuff, a little bit of elbow grease and washing it, and next thing I know, I'm flipping those motorcycles for $1,200, $1,300, even $1,500 for a little bit of higher CC. Got about 20 of them for $300, and I was flipping it. And that was my first eye opener. So I put in about probably 4K in buying them with fixing and everything else. And by the time I got out, I got 25, 26 grand. I'm like, okay. And I was just doing this after I got home from my main hustle. I go back to the backyard. Back then, I decided to move out of my apartment completely and find a house with 3 other roommates that was in the same situation as myself. I didn't want to live with any females or live with any messy guys. I want guys that just on their grind. They just want a place to raise their head, get up in the morning and just grind. So I'm living with a guy from Puerto Rico, great guy. Shout out to you, Javier. And another guy who like second generation Vietnamese dude. So it was me, Javier, and him, and we were just grinding. And every time I come home, I go in the backyard, boom, 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 get about two bikes ready, get them ready, detail them, put them in the garage, take nice pictures, put them on Facebook Marketplace. Another one is called, I forgot the other name. Yeah, but Facebook Marketplace was the main one. That was other side. OfferUp. Yeah, put it on OfferUp. And some I put on eBay, cash only. And from there, I started selling the motorcycles. Then I went from the motorcycle to buying cars. I find out it takes me about the same amount of time to get a car ready than the motorcycle. And the car was actually a little bit easier since I am a trained mechanic. So I moved from motorcycles to cars and start flipping cars. I would be flipping like 2 or 3 cars at a time, flipping and flipping and flipping, and go to auction, look at the cars. I buy like hell damaged cars. So the engine or everything is good. It is just a little dense. And I find parents whose their child is going off to college. I always tell them they're gonna beat it up anyway. Why buy them a brand new joint? Why you could just pay a fraction of the price. This for $9,000, and let them beat it up. If they beat it up, you're not spending over 30 grand on a car, because price of cars these days is unbelievable, unfucking believable. Even the used ones. So that helped me out. I started flipping that. Everything I was getting, pay my taxes, put it on Airbnb. Pay my taxes, put it on Airbnb. And from there, it just started snowballing. And COVID happened. My business was still doing good. And things just got worse in the matrix in the US. The personal touch, people's relationship, it just got worse. It just got worse and worse, and people just being that. I'm like, you know what? This is not getting any better. And I reached a point in my life where I need to actually start a family. And I'm damn sure not doing it. Not doing it in the matrix. Everything that I work so hard for right now, the last thing I need is to marry someone a few years down the line, they're divorcing me and taking all this stuff, or even half of it. So I'm like, I've been traveling, and every time I travel, I like the way I feel, the wholeness, the peace, the just relaxing. No one reminding me that I'm black every 2 seconds. I'm not fearing for my life. The anxieties are not there. People driving, just being nasty, cutting each other up. Road rage turning into a shooting range. So I'm like, before I went to the UK to do my master's, I stopped by in the Philippines. But before that, actually, during my college education, I did an exchange program in South Korea. And I remember how fun that was. Partying in Itaewon. I'm like, you know what? Before, the rest of the world used to be a shithole, big giant shithole. And the US was like this beacon of light, this city on a hill where everyone wants to be at. In these other countries, you go to them, man, you go to their downtown, you feel like you're in Times Square without the crime, without the smell, the stench. And I'm paying fraction of that. I'm like, okay, let me start exploring Southeast Asia. So I started traveling the Philippines a couple of times. Man, the Philippines, did they show me love. And I went back to the States, continued to run my business. I decided, okay, I need to streamline everything so I can run it. When I'm not there, I can run it on the go. And that's what I was doing back in the Matrix. I was preparing to transitioning myself. Then on this time around, I started, okay, let me go ahead and travel all these countries to find out which country actually fits me best in terms of culture. I like a place where the people are genuinely nice rather than the directness. Because me coming from Nigeria, we are very direct. I always appreciated people who are assertive, don't get me wrong, but they are respectful in their assertiveness. It's no it's like you meet Japanese people or even Thai people. They will be assertive if they want this to be red and you give them the white one. They're not gonna be like, hey, fuck you, get this shit out of my face. They'll be, yes, it's nice, but the red one is better. Maybe next time. And if you don't have the red one, that's cool. They go find it. But they are generally nice. You see them, Cambodian people, Khmer people, Thai people, no place beats them in terms of friendliness. They see you, they already start smiling. You wave, they wave. They, get interested in you, asking you where you're from, your story. And I appreciate that a lot. I appreciate that a lot. So I went from the Philippines to Cambodia. Where first in the Philippines, I was in Manila, Makati, Kansas City, then Cebu City, and Boracay, then Davao City, Digo City, General Santos City. So I kind of covered from Luzon to Visayas to Mindanao to just get a grip of, okay, if I decide to move to the Philippines, where would be best for me? I like Davao City a lot. I still like Kansas City. So but once I got to Cambodia, it was just like, man, this plus there was a lot of opportunities. It was a frontier market. It was just a lovely place to be. The ladies, the food, the quality of products that I was getting. I mean, the Philippines beats every other place when it comes to their females. The Filipinos, they make for a better long-term mate. If you're looking for a wife, if you're looking for someone who will be good for your family addition, no place beats a Filipina. Plus, they speak good English, so it's easier for you to communicate. Cambodian or Khmer girls don't speak that much English, so the communication barrier is there. So that's something you have to bear in mind. The same with Thai women. Thai women, they don't speak, not a lot of them speak good English, so that communication barrier is there. And I find Filipinos are the most loyal. They are the most loyal. During or right after COVID, once the Philippines opened up, there are girls that I met then that I'm still communicating to today. That we are still talking till today. That tells you something about Filipinos. I just left Thailand. Think I'm only talking to about 2 females that I'm with a whole lot of them that I met. and it's not as smooth communication as the Filipinos that I was meeting. So in all these places, dating, including Malaysia. Malaysia, okay, let me just say this, then I'll get back to my story. Because I am still here in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. The Malaysian women, I wonder if I can share pictures in here. Probably can't. I'm still figuring this thing out. Uh, okay, I was going to share some pictures of my time here in Malaysia so you guys can see the receipts. So you know that I ain't capping. I keep you a buck on this channel. I give you the good, the bad. So when you come out here, nothing catches you off guard. You see, that's what a brotherhood is supposed to do. Is to give you what you need. So when you get in there, nothing catches you off guard. If you see something, oh, I already know about that. I already know how to navigate around that. Some people, they just want to show you all the goods and cut off the bad. So when you come out there and you see a little something that is funny, you start thinking, is it me? Everyone else is coming out here having fun. Like, so you know what to stay away from. It's like when I had those problems with those Russians and I put it on video, if you come out here, you're going to have a lot of fun. Just know to stay away from this group of people because they're going to try to fucking sour grapes and ruin your good time. So back to what I was saying, I started traveling all these places, and I'm narrowing it down now to Malaysia and Cambodia. I still like the Philippines a lot, but what I was gonna say is, well, the most solid females that you will get will be the Philippines and Malaysia, ethnic Malays. With ethnic Malays, you have to invest time. They date for serious relationship. They don't do casual dating. You could do casual dating in the Philippines because they don't really put a lot of taboos when it comes to dating a guy and it doesn't work out and then they move on or try to find another man. With Filipinos, they kind of let you come in and kind of do a little bit of testing, see if they are a match for you or if you're a match for them. Here in Malaysia, you're not getting any action. Okay. And I'm talking about if you're going for the higher up women that you'll be proud to walk around anywhere. It takes time. It takes a lot of time to do that. However, once you get in, the female that you're going to secure is going to be solid. That's what I'm trying to say. You're going to have a solid female. In the Philippines, you could get in, get some action, and you still come out with a solid female. Cambodia, the same thing. You're going to get a solid female. But the Philippines, all the way here, then Cambodia, then Malaysia. However, I like the life here in Malaysia, the luxury. I'm paying, frankly, the same thing as I was paying in Cambodia and the Philippines. And the luxury here is just unbelievable. Unbelievable. So, but I still love to get back to the Philippines and secure me a Filipina and probably move her out of the Philippines so we can leave outside the Philippines, maybe in Malaysia or even Phnom Penh, Cambodia. So that's my thing. That's how I was able to move myself from depending on orders for my daily bread to making the decision I will only eat what I kill. I'm not gonna, me as a man, I'm not gonna depend on another man for my daily bread, not any longer. I'm only gonna eat what I kill. And once I started traveling, I started to recognize opportunities where I can add value, where I can do value add. I started to see products that I can actually procure from the manufacturer, do better packaging on them, and put it on Amazon. Even back then, I didn't mention this, but I had an Amazon business. So I still have my Amazon Central active. And I'm seeing products here that I do value add, do a little bit of more packaging and put it on Amazon and earning great income. So the reason why I actually started this YouTube channel is to share my knowledge. And sometimes when I see an opportunity and I call my secular friends and no one has the time or the funds to jump in at that moment, be like, let me jump in and take advantage of this opportunity. What I want to do is put it out there on my community, this community. So if someone else is serious out there, they can jump on it and be like, I ain't got it right now, but you could go ahead and get it. Still, kick me back, find this fee, because I don't work for free, and neither should you. Kick me back, find this fee, but go ahead and take care of this opportunity, because you're gonna make the money anyway. All right. So it's about financial freedom. So I created 4 tenements to help guide me and help me develop a framework to make content and curate content on this channel. And number one is, like I mentioned before, finding places that have good quality female. A Cambodian told me not to use quality because it makes the females feel like they are a commodity, but good women, basically, is what I'm saying, that are good for marriage, that were raised to be wives, that will be good mothers to your children if you have children by them, that will stand by you or stick by you. And how to get those females, because most time those guys, they go to Thailand or go to this country and just go straight to the bar. In these countries, you're not going to get a good woman at the bar. It's not happening. Philippines, Thailand, Cambodia, you're not going to get a fucking good woman at no fucking bar. That's a taboo in their culture. Find a good woman hanging around the bar. Even me growing up in Nigeria, it is a fucking taboo to find a woman anywhere close to, we call it beer parlor, anywhere close where beer is being served, if it's not like wedding and stuff like that. You're not going to find a good woman at the bar. Okay? The knowledge that I gained from living and growing up in Nigeria helped me, because I come in these societies and I recognize it. And I see some people walking around with bad girls. Hey, to each his own. I ain't got nothing to say about that. But you could do better. Because once you come in from the West to this society, your status goes up incredibly. And that leads me to my second tenement, leveraging your Western status, skills, knowledge set that you gain to help you build in these societies when you move here. There's a lot of knowledge and connections. Like here in Malaysia, they love American brands and they love fried chicken. And there is no Popeyes in sight. They have McDonald's, but McDonald's is not known for fried chicken. These people, if you bring a Popeyes here or Chick-fil-A, the line will wrap around. I see places that serve fried chicken. They love fried chicken. Black people got nothing on Malaysians when it comes to fried chicken. They love fried chicken. So that's a business idea right there. However, they being Muslim, you have to know that the chicken has to be what is called halal chicken. It's the same chicken, but the way you cut it, it has to be cut a certain way. And you have to gain the certification saying you know how to cut the chicken, because they don't like certain things to mix with their chicken. It's about hygiene. It's about hygiene. Like they don't want the intestine busting and touching some parts of the chicken. It's about clean hygiene. So that is no problem for us, because I used to work with Tyson Food. That was actually my first job. And seeing how beef and chicken, how those is cut, the standard for that is quite high in America. So that shouldn't be a problem. So I have that knowledge, the skills. Sometimes you don't think you have it, but you have a lot that you can bring in this society, because American culture is very strong in a lot of these societies. And they want to experience some of that American food. Even though we come over here and we eating their food, we be like, this is the greatest thing. When they eat our food, they be like, man, this is so good. So it's that cultural exchange right there. The third tenement is earning income. Because many times when I talk to guys about, hey, man, this situation you're in the matrix is not getting any better, I'm thinking about making a change, the biggest hindrance is earning income. They feel like they're tethered to, they got this job, they got this hustle, but like, I don't know how to earn income. Earning income abroad. Because once you could earn income, you're able to make a kill abroad. I mean, you're halfway there. Once you figure out how to make an income abroad. So that's what I'm sharing on this channel. From those skills and knowledge, how you're leveraging them, from leveraging them to finding products that people will appreciate in America. That's just another way. You can package it a little bit differently. Go on Amazon, look at what people are buying, and you could do research on this. Like Khmer, they have an engine that researches that for you. You could actually even put two products together. You see that people are buying this. When people buy this product, they go and buy this product. But no one is selling those two products. I give you an example of my last product. On my Airbnb, I was buying batteries. And when I go to buy battery, I see on Amazon, they just say stacks of AA batteries. But I want some AA batteries and some AAA batteries. And no one is selling both of them. I keep researching. No one is selling both of them. So I came up with the idea. I'm going to, rather than give you 2 stacks of AA battery or 2 stacks of AAA battery, I'm just going to give you 1 stack of AA and 1 of AAA. Boom. So recognizing opportunities like this and taking advantage of it. And the 4th element is what I call be mobile with your wealth. Building in such a way that if you decide to leave, let's take, for instance, the Philippines, maybe they elected a government that stopped being friendly towards foreigners. They want to tax you, do all that like Thailand was trying to do with foreigners. Now they rolled it back. You can pack your stuff, move from Thailand to Malaysia, or even move all the way to Africa without disrupting what you built, because you are building in such a way that you can detach yourself, because we are visitors in these countries. It's not home. So want to be clear on that. You could detach yourself, go on another place and set up shop and still maintain that high quality lifestyle. So you're not sacrificing a lot, you're not disrupting what you've built. Like moving to another place and you have to start all over again, start building everything all over again. Because at a certain age, man, you do not want to rebuild it over. Forgive me if I sound a little bit long-winded. With English not being my first language, I tend to over-explain things to make sure that people understand what I'm trying to communicate, okay? Because since I started this YouTube channel, like I go back and I watch myself, I see sometimes that I do tend to over-explain. So if you have a question, please put it in the chat. Let me read a couple of these chats so we can make this a little bit more interactive. I'm going to start from the top. Thank you so much for everyone that coming to this first live broadcast or live stream. Please hit that like button so to help the audience or the algorithm recommend the channel so we can build a very strong community, because believe it or not, we're under attack in the West. It doesn't matter your race, white, black, they don't give a fuck. You're either in the club or at the club. I mean, we start to see some weird shit, man, and it's not getting better because countries, societies, their culture, it doesn't change on a dime. So all right, thank you so much for everyone that come in. Let's go ahead and read a couple of these chats and answer questions. E-Money gets it in. How you doing, E-Money? I'm currently teaching English in Thailand, trying to transition into IT. I worked in it before, and I have some certification trying to work remote. That is great. IT, even though it's not my cup of tea, I don't know too much about IT outside of me using different techs to work. IT is a great area and it keeps growing. It keeps growing. Just make sure you pick in an area that pays the most and have the least competitors in it. Because with IT, you pretty much working from anywhere. You have that laptop lifestyle. From there, you can build into other businesses, because you don't want to just have one stream of income. You want to expand that. BYY, P Money the GOAT. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Actually, I went to the street yesterday, day before yesterday, and I started interviewing some Malaysian girls on the street. So I know you guys are gonna appreciate that interview. All right. P Money, good to see you on live. Walk this way. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Hello, Patrick. Brimisto. Hello, Patrick. How are you? Did you enjoy Thailand? I know you love some cities in Thailand. Yes, I did enjoy Thailand a lot. I had fun. Doesn't matter where I was in Thailand. I went from Bangkok to Hua Hin to Pattaya, and then Phuket, and I had fun every single one of them. I have my favorites. I don't want to blow up any spots, but I have my favorite. But as I'm traveling extensively like this and I'm getting all this knowledge, I'm going to be putting on like a very exclusive. I'm not down with blowing up any spots. Like this is, no, because it pains me that we find a good spot and we can't share with everybody. The Russians, the Chinese, Japanese, if they find a good spot, they share with their people. They come in there and make it better. But with us, you share with, then you attracted certain elements. They just come in there, fuck up the energy. So I'm gonna maybe patrons, put it on Patreon. So it's gonna be a small exclusive group. Because when I was in a certain city that I'm not gonna mention the name, we find all the experts that I talk to there, they're just loving it. And people don't know this place. I mean, few know. People coming to Thailand, they hit Bangkok. From Bangkok, either going to Pattaya or Phuket. That's about it. There are other places in Thailand where you getting a big bang for your buck. Paul City Investments, P Money. Your boy Floyd went rogue. Okay. Yeah, I need to reach out to Floyd, find out what's going on. So Port City Investments, was your master's worth it? I'm thinking about master's, but no, it was not worth it. Everything that I learned during my okay, let me just say it. What I gained was the relationships. That was it. In terms of the what they were teaching me, you could find better education on Udemy or even YouTube, some mentoring services. So it was, for me, it wasn't worth the 50 grand that I paid for it. And that was just the education, not even the cost of living and the opportunity cost of me taking myself out the market for a year. Because that was about, if I was in the market for a year, I would have made about 100 grand. Then you add that to the cost of living for a year in the UK, which was not cheap. Then you add the 50 grand that I paid. No, it was not worth it. You know, I made more money with certification that I paid less than $150 for than that whole. I mean, the standard education as we know it is a fucking scam. And it's a shame that the US government allowed this to continue. And that's why you see all this student loan forgiveness. Because if who was working, why wouldn't these millions of people be able to repay what they invested in? It was not worth it, my friend. But you have to consider what you're studying. What are you studying? And how in demand is that? And can you get in with just certification and work your way up? Do you have to have this degree? Because in many cases you don't. You could get in a lot of these places with just going online and get your certification. Then you get your foot in the door. And when an opportunity opens up, you get that certification, then you just move up. And many companies will hire you for spending a day in the warehouse or on the field, on that particular field, that a whole year at a university. Aaron Queen, yo, it's P Money. What's up, Aaron Queen? What's going on? What a voyage. One and only. Aaron Queen asks PCI, certainly not what the opportunity cost. You go for masters to postpone paying back student loans, or you are gonna get paid more with it. Yes, facts. Even with the public sector, if you go the public sector route, you know, they will help you after a certain number of years in discharging that. But private sector, you're gonna make more money in private sector. Public sector is it stacks up over the years. E-Money gets it in real information. That's why I always liked your videos, P-Money. Thank you so much. E-Money gets it in. I appreciate you. You know, that's what I aim for. And I keep making my videos better. I learn, like I was listening to Mr. Beast the other day. It's like, you want to start, then every other video, make something better. Then you move to your thumbnail. Then you move to this, It's a process. So sometimes I find people that come to my comment section, leave some negative stuff, saying this is that. Hey man, I just started this channel. I'm still learning a lot as I go. So Aaron Queen, I watched every P Money video. You'll see him put that Russian guy that flipped him. Yeah, you know what? On hindsight, you know, because the way I handled it, maybe I shouldn't have, you know, tell him to go F himself. But it was just like that day, they were just pissing me off. So it was like, you know, F you too. That was just uncalled for. But try not to handle a situation like that. You just, because traveling, you don't want to be getting into any type of altercation with anyone. But he was a dickhead. The reason why I responded the way I responded was to embarrass him in front of his wife. God, if you're gonna do some funky shit like that in front of your wife, hey man, I'm gonna embarrass you because I know you didn't do shit. You stand up, I'm gonna knock you down. So he put his hand down and trying to concentrate on eating his food. Just embarrassed him in front of his wife because he wanted to act tough. All right, Brian G, yo, real one scene for the age of information. So P Money, what's up, Brian G? What's going on, my brother? How you doing? All right, Central Seller Account, FBA. E-Money gets it in. Yeah, E-Money knows a little bit about that. FBA. So FBA, you can still do FBA these days, but there are better ways these days to doing it so you could make more money. I like a product. I don't want to go into that right now because I was going to talk about the margins and the size of the product so it doesn't take a lot of storage space. But that will be live stream for another time. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Aaron Queen asks, oh, yeah, be careful getting involved with any of these guys that are handful to Floyd. It's one thing to throw him, but it's another thing to act like his friend and betray him. But yeah, back to P Money. Oh, okay. I don't know what's going on with Floyd, honestly. Golden Gate asks, what about the golf course? Is there a good lady there? Which country are you referring to? If you're referring to Thailand, Thailand have golf courses all over the place, and they have good caddies. BYY, how you pronounce that? Bai? Is it Bai? Koreans love fried chicken too. Yeah, Koreans love fried chicken, and they took it to another level. You guys know Korean fried chicken. Actually, they landed from American black GIs during the Korean War. During the Korean War, American black military men, when they were stationed in South Korea, alongside the South Korean soldiers, learned how to make those fried chicken from them. And then they just, after the war, they just took it to a whole different level. But they learned fried chicken from Black America GIs. Aaron Queens, P Money has an interesting background, which gives me, yes, I do have a very, very interesting background. Traveled a lot, lived in different countries. So it helps me when I see things to decipher it more than the average American that only grew up in same place and now traveling. Excuse me. Brian G says, let's invest and build Southern Fried Chicken placing, especially right now that Popeye is in trouble. You know, someone should reach out to them. If you're a serious businessman, you want to come out to Malaysia, because I'm going to be reaching out, see how much franchise cost, then talking to the office of the ombudsman here, just to kind of, test the water, see what's in it. Because it is, I heard it from countless of Malaysians, the taxi driver, the girls that I speak to. They say you cannot go wrong with fried chicken here. And they love those American brands. You see, I think, for me, that's where America should be investing in. Is investing in their citizens to expand the American brand across the world. That's what a lot of these other places does. China does the same. Korea does the same. It helps them with the startup rather than giving us that money to go to do some stupid master's degree that ain't worth shit. That 50 grand, if the government had given it to me to start a startup here, it does not only does it help America with our brand being out there and helping us culturally, the taxes that I would have paid for 2019 to now, would I pay for that, pay for itself over and over again. That's what America should be investing in more, rather than giving people all these student loans to go to school and rack up student loans, then come out and there's nothing for them. We should be building, like the Netherlands is doing, innovation centers to teach people practical skills, electrician, plumbing, all kinds of stuff to create. You know, we need to get back to creating things. All right, let me get back here. How thick are the women in Malaysia? I would say they're similar to Filipinos. You see some good thick ones, and you see some, okay ones. Yeah, in Malaysia, I wouldn't be surprised if you meet a girl and she's still a virgin. And then you marry her and she bonds with you and she, like, you imprinting her. That's what I say that Malaysia has, or Malayan have the strongest once you get in. They have the most solid females, because most of them are still actual virgins. So once you become her first, you're imprinting her, she builds with you. She becomes your own woman. She kind of forced to become one with you. So you don't get that a lot in Thailand. Crypto Bro asks, what are the income streams for being abroad? I was selling physical products. You could be teaching whatever industry that you were in. You could go to Udemy and make a course selling your course. Use ChatGPT to help you build that course. Because if you have a knowledge that, let's say, for instance, you're an electrician and you've been working as an electrician for many years, and you want to teach some skills and knowledge that you learn along the way, you could create a course and go on ChatGPT to help you, make the course flow. But you putting your knowledge in there, and ChatGPT is helping you enhance it. So when you read it, if this is accurate or not. You could edit it and then put it in course, and you could even make a video and put it on Udemy. I mean, every knowledge you have, someone will pay for. Brian G, yeah, man, love, bro. Have fun out there in Malaysia. Looking forward to your content. Thanks for your time streaming. Thank you, Brian G. Big up P-Money. P-Money gets it in. Thank you. Appreciate you so much, my brother. I hope my sound is still good. All right. I'll be going there in a few weeks. Where you headed? Malaysia? Oh, okay. Yeah, E-Money gets it in. I know what you're referring to. Yeah, man. Yeah. Let's not blow up that spot. Yeah, let's keep that spot a secret. Because I really like that spot. If I ever move to Thailand, that's the spot I'm going to be in. No question asked. The food was great. Beautiful beaches. Great amenities. Good night market. Yeah, you can beat it. Bruce M2 said I had a similar experience with Russians in Boracay. They act like they own the spot. Yeah, man. And another thing I have not seen a lot of them in Malaysia, because I think Malaysians will not put up with that crap. Malaysia is very diverse society. I only see like a little bit of them. But in Thailand, they were just all over Thailand. It doesn't matter where you go in Thailand, you just can't escape them. Plus, the Thai government gives them like 90 days visa on arrival. And we American, we only get 30 days. I don't know the reason why, but and now they remove visa requirements for Chinese nationals. But Americans still, it's just, I don't know, man. But yeah, man, they come in and they act like they own the place. They giving dirty looks, and it's just, I don't know. God help them. Biodome said, hello, how do you make your money? Because I see you traveling overseas. Yes, I have Airbnbs. And before that, I was flipping cars. Before flipping cars, I was flipping motorcycles. Before flipping motorcycles, I was working a W-2 job, stacking on my papers, cut my expenses. And I was cooking at home, eating at home so I can stack my paper. Got enough paper to start buying motorcycles, flipping them, take that money, invest some on my Amazon business, invested some in flipping more cars. So from there, put it on house, buying Airbnb, furnish it. So I have income coming in. Now that I'm in these foreign countries, I'm trying to identify the opportunity, because my thing is to live here and earn income these societies that I move in somehow, whether I'm earning it remotely or I'm earning it from that economy. So some of these places I want to invest in Airbnbs, especially Kuala Lumpur, which is the sixth most visited city in the world. There's a lot of people here. So Bruce M2 said, nice information and knowledge. Thank you. Thank you, my brother. Thank you, too. E-money gets it in. Yeah, way cheaper than Phuket. Definitely way more cheaper than Phuket. Like, Phuket was the most expensive Thai city that I ever been to. And followed by Bangkok. Pattaya was very affordable. In my case, whether it be food, accommodation, entertainment, Pattaya the prices was reasonable. Plus, the Thai people that I met over there were a little bit more friendly. Then Phuket, it was just straight taxing. It was just straight taxing. Plus, what you would get in, it wasn't the same quality as all the Thai cities. Then you have Pattaya, then other places that I don't want to mention, which gives you very great value for money. So my thing after traveling all this while is the reason why we travel. It's not just for females. Yes, that's important as well. Because you need human companion. Okay? The Bible says God saw man alone and said, it's not good for the man to be alone. Let's make him a helper and companion. Even though the man was in the Garden of Eden with all kinds of animals, dogs, donkeys, horses, he had it all. But God said, let's make him a helper. Let's give him a companion. So the females are very important. Having a female that brings out the best in you, that inspires you to be the best version of yourself, rather than argue with you and belittling you. That's very important as well. So a couple of things that I wrote down here is the cultural experience. You start to get new ideas, because once you've tasted this fruit, you will find a way to live like this. You will not want to go back to the matrix. Like, I'm going to be going back to the matrix very soon to get my properties ready for the high season, because we're about to go into spring breaks. We're getting a lot of bookings and reservations. I want to make sure that everything is good to go, that I'm back here. Once you taste this life, yesterday I was at a restaurant. I'm like, I'm going to miss a lot of these places, the great food. I'm going to go back to the matrix, start eating that nonsense, those poison that they serve, those chemicals with no taste. I'm going to really definitely miss this place. So, affordable healthcare, we don't talk about that. I got my teeth all clean a couple of days ago. Something that usually costs about $400 in the US. I paid what, $30 or so here. So it's just the healthcare, what you get it, and they are one of the best hospitals in the world. They care for you. You're just not a number. You're not just another number. Nicer, friendlier human that are, a friendly atmosphere. You walk down the street, you don't worry about your safety. You just feel it's a certain calm when you're in these foreign countries, in these specific foreign countries that you don't get in the matrix. You're getting better value for money. Your money stretches further. The condo, the apartment that you get, you're paying about $450 to $650. Your entire penthouse style condo apartment with great amenities, balcony. You're looking at the cities like you're in the middle of Manhattan, and you getting all that for the fraction of the price. You just can't beat it. You go down, you're not worrying about getting robbed or starved. It's just value for money, great value for money, and those value for money, for food, like I mentioned, accommodation, entertainment. You paying about $1 to $2 for a beer if you drink. I don't drink alcohol, so for me that eliminates that, and it helps my reserve even more. Once I don't go to the clubs, don't do the street club thing, I eliminate that cost. So the cost of living is actually cheaper. So I'm going to be doing a comprehensive cost of living for Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. You have the massages, like the soft care. I'm getting my face done, only costing me about maybe $20, getting facial, getting my nails done. It's just getting massages. Before I left the Matrix, I walk out a lot when I was in Matrix. My rotator cuffs was all messed up. And when I was in Thailand, they massaged so good that all that went away. It is just better living, man. And of course, you have access to great women, access to great sex. That's something we don't talk about enough, because your sexual health is very important. You cannot ignore your sexual health, because that's how guys get that, those prostate cancer. Because what happens is your prostate gland starts to enlarge if you're not getting some boom boom, if it's not being used, if you're not getting that election. And I learned this from a doctor. I'm not a doctor, so don't quote me on the terminologies. But if you're not getting that erection and getting that boom boom, that's when the enlargement starts to happen. And from that enlargement, it leads to cancer. So your sexual health is better. And Harvard did a study of men that were having regular sex and men that were not getting none. And they found that the men that were getting some productively was much more better. So that's very important. So don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Your sexual health is quite important. So let's move to, of course, women that were raised to be wives, know their duties, know their lane. Like this guy said, Adam Smith, the division of labor. They in their lane, you in the husband lane. Like in Malaysia, I see like scrawny looking guys with the most beautiful, drop dead gorgeous Malaysian women. And he's sitting there, this is his family. This woman listens to him, no fucking arguing, listens to him, does what he says, his children. She gives him children that respect him, that follows daddy's instructions and guidance. And of course, the economic opportunity that we get in here is just unmatched. So let me, oh, wow, I got some super chats here. My God. Aaron Queen, oh my God, thank you so much for that $10. This means a lot. You know what this tells me? Is that people out there that appreciate the information that I'm sharing. So I can continue to bring you more great information, more great. So I'm going to make it entertaining, because it's not just going to, because if I make just information, then it's going to be like you're back in school. So I make it entertaining. It's like Dave Chappelle's comedy, underlying that it's a great message if you're paying attention. So thank you so much, Aaron Queen, for super chat for P Money Patrick. Yes, I wish I had my mixer. Once I move to either Cambodia or here, I'm still like, I love the luxury here. I love Khmer as well. I love Cambodia. So these two places, once I get settled in, I'm gonna build me a studio with mixes so you guys can get a proper shout out. So thank you so much, Aaron Queen. I truly appreciate you, my brother. Truly appreciate you. Oh, who do we have in the house? Lynchon 117. Oh my God, Lynch 117. Thank you, my brother, for that $5 super chat. Hey Patrick, how are you, brother? Richie Mack, moderator Leslie. Yes, Leslie, I'm gonna make you a moderator here. Even you, Aaron Queen. Let me see how I can do that. Okay, I'm gonna figure it out because I'm on StreamYard here. I probably have to do it on YouTube. So I'm gonna figure out how to make you a mod so you could help me out here. And you too, Aaron Queen. So I'm gonna figure it out. Thank you so much, my brothers, for those super chat. I truly, truly appreciate it. And I continue to grow the channel, bring you great information because for me, I still believe in America. I have not given up in the US. The United States is great for making money. Making money is not the only reason a man lives. A man lives through his legacy, whether he's planting a tree, having a son, writing a book. In Jewish society, that's the three ways they say a man leaves legacy, a man lives on. And then for Anglo-Saxons or the Europeans, they add building in there. So having a son or having children, writing a book, planting a tree, having a building that people utilize. That's why in universities you see this building with someone's name on it. In the West, they're not giving us the tools to have a son. And United States is not the type of society where you plant a tree and it's attributed to you. In Nigeria, you could do that. In some of these societies, you could, on your compound, you plant a tree. Like when I was growing up, I saw like trees. They point out, they say your grandfather planted that. Your great grandmother planted that tree. And we are enjoying the fruit. So when you're enjoying those fruits, you know who did that. And they're telling you that to make sure that you are doing for the generation to come before you, that you're not just living for yourself. So a lot of these places gives us the opportunity to do that. So that's the reason for this channel and the information I'm bringing you all. So you could get in and start creating your own family if that's what you want to do. And let's see. What else we got? Big Dome asks, which country in Asia countries girls treat you better or accommodating? That's a great question. Very hard for me to pick. Filipinos and Khmer girls, I would say. Filipinos and Khmer girls. I love Thai girls, but sometimes like I don't know. But Filipinos and Filipinos and Khmer girls, which are Cambodians, they showed me love like no other. They showed me love like no other. What a voyage, indeed. That's exactly what I told my wife when I travel overseas. I don't cheat. I just keep my prostate healthy. Exactly. You know, there was this doctor in Nigeria. This will sound foreign to American guys, but he encouraged his patients. If your wife is not giving it to you, she's in a place where mentally she can bring herself to give it to you. Get you a side chick. Okay, it's for your health. You don't want to, get that prostate cancer. Heaven forbid. Because once you get that, you're done, and she moves on. So it's for your own health. Actually, I'm not telling anyone to go cheat, but hey, man, that's what the doctor said. I didn't say it. The doctor said it. Okay, yes, sir. That's right. And if you're here, please do hit that like button so it helps with the algorithm. Recommend the channel because I'm going to be going live constantly now. And because this helps me a lot of things because my videos, I usually do like over an hour. But what I find out is for it being a new channel, you don't want to be doing hour long. Because I was watching guys like Codcast, Go with Ali, couple of other like big traveling channels, and they have these hour-long vlogs, and I'm doing mine like that. But not a lot of people don't watch it all the way to the end. So I have to like chop it off, less than 20 minutes. So once I start doing that, I'll be like, I'm not going to fit everything on the videos. Let me just start going live more to share everything. Very good, very good. Bear said, I wouldn't recommend modern Aaron Queen. He's a modern Aaron Queen. He's a known racist that is always in Floyd's chat saying bad things about black people. Oh, wow. I didn't know that. I hope that's not true because we're all brothers in here, man. All that racist stuff, man, you'll be doing yourself a disfavor by being racist in this day and age. In this day and age, you got to work with the most competent. And the most competent, there's no race that has monopoly on competent people. So you got to be able, and a lot of people, when you have a dynamic, diverse team, you perform better. So Lynch 1117, Patrick, I can't stay, brother. Just wanted to say hello and leave support. Thank you so much, my brother. I hope to see you around more often. Thank you. Appreciate you. Appreciate the super chat. Bruce N2 said health should come first. Definitely. Health should come first. Yeah, man. In Nigeria, we say your health is your wealth. It doesn't matter how much money you got. If you're in the health to spend it, it's like Steve Jobs. It's just all that is worthless at the end of the day if you ain't got your health. So make sure that you're taking care of your health, regardless of where you are. Black Knight asked, what's the intel on Malaysian Muslim women? I did interview a lot of the Muslim women. So I interviewed 2 Chinese girls that are Malaysian. And I had the girls explain this because if you're an American, it should be easier. No. If you're British, it should be easier for you to understand, even American. But sometimes it confuses Westerners when they hear this. So this is my way of explaining it. There are people, okay, Malaysia, the indigenous people, the original Malaysian, are called Malay. Malay, okay? Then you have the Penang Chinese that moved from China. I think it was from the 18th century to Malaysia, and they've been here ever since. They are Malaysian, not Malay, okay? Malaysian, Chinese. It's like when you say African American. Malaysian Chinese, but they will tell you they're Chinese, but they don't mean from mainland China. They mean they're Malaysian. They will have Malaysian passport. Then you have the Indians that came from South India that was brought here during the British colonization of Malaysia. So during the time the British were here, they brought in Indians. So you have those here. They will say they're Indians, but they don't mean Indian from India. They're Malaysian citizens. So they're Malaysian, but they are not Malay. Then you have the Arabs, this being a Muslim country, then you have every other people here. They say they're Malaysian, but they're not Malay. Malay is the original people from here. Okay? It's like if you could be a British citizen from Scotland, but you're not English. Okay, you could be, you living in England. You could be India or Chinese, British citizen, but you're not an English man or woman. So that's the best way I can explain it. So the Muslim women, when I say Malay women, those were the ones that I was talking about, that it takes time they date to marry. And you will see me talking to them, the ones that are wearing hijab and the ones that don't wear hijab. And I asked them the reason why some of them wear the hijab and some of them don't. Because you see, they're just walking side by side with each other. One was wearing full hijab and the other one is like dressed like a Western girl. And they all get along. They don't argue with each other, beefing with each other. They all get along. And they say, this is the girl's words, not mine. It's because she wants to be a better Muslim. And then she will put on the hijab. But her friend, if she decides to become a better Muslim, she'll put on the hijab. So it's personal preference and how they want to express themselves. Biodome said, have you tried Indian girls in Malaysia? No, I have not tried Indian girls in Malaysia. I spoke to a couple of them. They are lovely, but I'm really like not going after Indian girls. I like Asian. Asian and Caucasian. Those are my 2 women. That's why I've been in Eastern Europe and not Southeast Asia. Because those are my type of women I see myself marrying. Would you be going to Singapore? No, I will not be going to Singapore on this journey. It's almost due for me to get back to the matrix and get my properties ready for the high season. Singapore is just south of Kuala Lumpur. Because Singapore actually used to be part of Malaysia for like 2 years. After they gained their independence from Britain, they came together to form a country with Malaysia. Then they just couldn't resolve their differences. Malaysia actually kicked Singapore out, and Singapore just went out and became this big, giant thing. And Malaysia, which used to be the mother country, is now coming up, following the footsteps of Singapore. That's why I say this place, a frontier market, it will continue to grow. Lots of opportunity. This is the time to get in, man. E-Money gets it in. I'm black and I'm British. I'm not English. Exactly, E-Money. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. So it's like someone coming to you and calling you an Englishman. You might take offense to that because, not that you don't like Englishmen, but that's not who you are. That's what it's like here. So, like, I had a couple Chinese dudes that I spoke to, Chinese guys that I spoke to. They explained to me, they're Chinese. They're not Malay. He was very speaking. We're not Malay. We Chinese. And they, get along. I don't see them. And one thing that I noticed in this society is that their Ministry of Culture, which I don't think we have in the US, encourages them to behave appropriately. Like when I was in the taxi and I'm listening to the radio, because the taxi driver has a plane, in between commercials, they will encourage Malaysian citizens to do things like do not spread rumors on the internet, do not engage with negative comments on the internet, share limited information about yourself on the internet, do not talk on your speakerphone in public, because this is like constantly reinforcing for them to behave good in this society. So I like that. E-Money gets it in. That's good on you, brother. Oh, yeah. And when you can, try to diversify your passport. It's always good. But, it takes money. That's why once you get in, you start, getting into some serious business. And then you can diversify your passport so you don't have just one passport. Conflict 2. That's very interesting. Yes. What were you referring to? Very interesting. P-Money, you should try Indonesia. Maybe Indonesia and Malaysia, they are very similar in culture. Very similar. Not the same. They're very similar in culture. Even the girls on my interview yesterday were telling me that they are very similar in culture. Muslim countries, 2 Muslim countries. Majority of the people are Muslims. So Bali, either Jakarta or Bali. Jakarta will be more for business. So if I try, it's probably going to be Jakarta because Bali now, you have all the bro nomads over there. So I don't know. Maybe I'll try Indonesia. Either Bali or Jakarta. But I hope Jakarta is like congested. It's like Mumbai. Conflict 2, Indian girls tend to have a certain disdain towards black people. Because colorism in India is a real thing. It is a real thing, colorism in India. They want to blame it on the British, saying that it was, but I think it's been in that culture before the British arrived. They want to say it's because of they've been invaded so many times by other cultures who the people who were invading them were of the fair skin. So now they tend to have some type of preference for the lighter skin or the fair skin, because those were the superior race that were invading them. But I don't know. I think it's been in their culture for longer than that. It's embedded. They have this caste system that they have to, even within India, they have to marry into. It's not common for someone from North India, which is the lighter skinned Indians, to marry someone in South India, which were the darker skinned Indians. Yeah, man. But I don't know. It's not my cup of tea, like I said. It's not my type of women. So I'm not even going in there. Conflict to say, I always tell black people to stay away from India. Hey, it's Sunshine Shoulders. Kyle, thank you, my brother. How you doing? For the algorithm. Thank you for coming in, joining, touching in. Hey, I want to give a big shout out to Sunshine Shoulders, Calvin. This man gave me a platform at Shine when I was just starting my channel. He didn't have to do it, but he has, very big heart. He has the biggest heart, and I see him constantly giving a shine to channels that are just starting, when no one would even talk to them. No other big channels would talk to them. He will bring them on, interview them. This man is the real deal. If you guys have not done so, please go to Sunshine Shoulders and subscribe to his channel. Please. If you're in here, please do. This man is the real deal. He's a real brother, man. He's from Kentucky, the home of Muhammad Ali. So please go and subscribe to his channel. Tell him P Money sent you. He's a solid brother, man. He's living in the Philippines for years now. I don't know how many years, but he's in the Philippines bringing you nothing but the real nitty gritty, in his own words, the real nitty gritty. Like, I learned a lot of like keeping it a buck from him on this channel. Just keep it a buck, man. So when people come out there, they know what to expect. I don't want to do the feel good channel and just giving you all nothing but a positive. I like to stay positive, but gotta, put everything within balance. So thank you so much, brother, for stopping by. That's a beautiful picture of your daughter, Booby. Oh, wow. What a voyage. Been to Malaysia. I did like it. Malaysia is, I don't know what part that you were in, but Malaysia is a big country. People just come to Kuala Lumpur or go to Penang. The small, more, it's a very big country. And I like the program that you, as a foreigner, you can buy land here in Malaysia. It's easier to become a Malaysian citizen than to become a Thai or Filipino citizen. So that's another thing that I like about Malaysia and Cambodia. Cambodia, you can buy land, but it's easier to become a Cambodian citizen. The king has to sign off on it. They have this thing they call My Second Home visa program, which you could do like 5 years, 10 years. It's just like it stacks up, and it's easier to get that. So that's one of the reasons why I narrowed between Malaysia and Cambodia. However, I still love me Filipinos. So I might have to double back to the Philippines to get me my Filipinos. Then we can move to a place that I pick. You want to get in, I think you would get more bang for your buck in Indonesia. Try Jakarta. Yeah, if I try it, I will try Jakarta. According to my research, yeah, I might try it. conflict too. The very interesting I was referring to was the situation where you had the one woman in the hijab and the other dress as a Westerner next to each. Oh yeah, you see that here. Oh yeah, you see that here. On my neck, my couple of the videos that will be coming up, you see a girl dressed in full hijab walking around, and her friend is just look like she's in LA with a crop top. Because you're seeing her belly button. Of course, she's not wearing any hijab. They don't trip about that here. They don't. It's not like I'm dressed this way. You have to dress like me, or no, no. You see a group of women. They're walking. One is in hijab, and the other one dressed like a Westerner, and they're both Malay and they're both Muslim, and they don't trip about that. They're just like leave and let leave. Quiet. It's all about personal preference. Okay, I'm in Canada and there's lots of them here, and frankly, they think they are superior to everyone else. Are you referring to Russians, Poke? Yeah, man. It was that's like just they were just all over Thailand, man. World of Voyage said I should have stayed in Singapore when I initially opened my company in 2015. Then moved to Dubai and just traveled back and forth. I would have been a Singaporean citizen by now. Very strong passport, very strong passport. Because most Singaporeans don't even leave their country. It's just a very good country for them. It's very strong passport, like Japan, Japanese passport. You get it if you, yeah, man. I don't know Dubai if you can become an Emirati citizen. I don't know how easy that is, but yeah, man. If you are becoming Singaporean citizen, that's a strong passport. You're moving anywhere in the world just like an American. And most of the time, without the social jab that comes with being an American, because sometimes America gets into a lot of wars, man. And one day they start, poking someone else, and the sentiment against Americans turn. So that's why I always encourage to diversify your passport. Because who knows, with America running around pissing off the rest of the world, sometimes you might, depend on what part of the country you're in, pull out another passport. Like, just leave me alone, man. Let me go over my journey. I have no say. I mean, I have no input on what my government is doing. I'm just a traveler. Leave me alone, man. E-money yesterday in Indonesia has a population of 273 million. Thailand has 71 million. There are many disadvantaged women in Indonesia that would. Oh no, man! I don't like to do that. That's another reason why I like Malaysia. When I yesterday, the last three women that I interviewed, we started talking after the interview, and two of them, actually, it was three of them that got interested in me, but I liked one in particular more. She just kept asking me question. When I look into those women's eye, I know she's not in any place where she's looking to be saved. She likes me for me. She's not in some fucked up ass situation. That's when you start traveling and you start meeting a certain caliber of women. Because I learned this from Calvin Roach with Sunshine Shoulder. He said, I think someone told him, you never know how a Filipina feels about you to your like same level. So here in Malaysia, like I could tell because they don't have to even fucking talk to me. Life is so good for them here, for the ones that I'm dealing with. So if she's talking to me, she interested in me for me, my personality, how I talk, how I carry myself. So I don't knock anyone that's doing that, but I find that when you get a woman that just She's almost like giving up, and she just want anyone that can save her to come pull her out of this shithole that she's in. And you go over there, you pull it. Sometimes it doesn't end very well, but that's just my opinion. Golden Gate at Sunshine Shoulder. What's up, Calvin? Yes, sir. Yes. Let's go ahead and subscribe to Sunshine Shoulders. He's a good man. Other side, congratulations on the 1K and the new live on the channel. As far as being able to do live. Yes. I should have started doing live stream weeks ago. But I wanted it to be 1K so I can have some serious engagement in here. What of Voyage subscribing right now? Thank you so much. I hope it's for Sunshine Shoulders. He's a good man. Oh, how was your experience in Water Voyage in KLA? Conflict 2 say Filipinos will always be in the top 8. I mean, they are very beautiful. They win all the beauty pageants. So genetically, they are very beautiful. I mean, it doesn't matter which city that I was in the Philippines. Majority of the day just drop dead gorgeous. Some places have more beautiful women than others, but it just drop dead. Even here in Malaysia, when you leave the matrix and you start traveling like countries like Southeast Asia, even all the countries in the world, you begin to think to yourself, wow, women are still in shape. People are still like in shape. You see their facial structures. It doesn't look like someone took a face and put it on another face. You know, people they eat so much, it's like their face grew a face. People are still in shape. You start traveling, it's like, oh my God, just beauty after beauty after beauty. In the Philippines and Thailand, I saw more women. Like a guy, like you see, for every one guy you see in the Philippines, you probably see about 4 or 5 beautiful Filipinos. Thailand the same, you just beautiful women all over. Cambodia the same, beautiful women all over. Here in Malaysia, really, there's a lot of like guys from Bangladesh here. So it's kind of mixes it in a way. They came here, but they didn't bring their women. So you're walking around the street, you see more Bangladeshi dudes walking around than you see Malayan girls. You still see Malayan girls, Chinese. However, you see more of that. Big fan of your channel. Nice to see a fellow Niger guy being successful. Where do you think you will settle in Asia, or are you still exploring? Mr. Trovota, thank you, my brother. Are you still in Niger or in diaspora? Yes, I'm narrowing it down to Malaysia and Cambodia. However, I think I might have to double back to the Philippines because as I begin to travel, there are things that I will find in another country that are much better there than another country. That will have certain things that I like, but doesn't have the others. So for me, I kind of want to move the pieces to build my life abroad as I like it. I find Filipinos make for better mates, wives, long-term relationship. So either I'll start calling a Malayan girl, or I'm gonna go back to the Philippines and get me a Filipina. But I really like Filipinos, man. They make for great mothers too. So so I think I'm done for exploring now. I might go to the Matrix, get my properties ready, then get my long-term visa, and either move to Cambodia or just go to the Philippines and try to get me a serious Filipina. because you can't do it online, guys. Trying to date online, that's a no-no. You have to be there in person to really. The best Filipinos that I met weren't online. They were just like regular girls at a job somewhere. Like this girl that I met, that was like a call center next to the Airbnb that I was staying at. So as I was waiting for my tricycle one day, she just came out. Oh my God. Drop dead gorgeous Filipina. And started talking to them, her and her co-workers. And the conversation just built from there. Girls like that, you don't find them on the dating apps. You have to be there. And it takes time because they ain't into no pump and dump. So she wants to make sure that you are the real deal. And conflict too, no strict dress code with the women. Cool, I like that. Yeah, no strict dress code. It's all about personal preference. They choose what they wear. What of yeah? Oh, that's true. Virtually impossible to become a United Arab Emirates citizen. If that's the case, yeah, why even move there? I, I like a place where I can own something, I can build something, I can become a citizen of it. That I don't feel like and my children to become a citizen of that place too. So it's not like becoming, permanently an outsider. Like in Malaysia, that's easy to obtain. It being a very multiracial, multi-diverse country. You see, if I have a child with a Malaysian woman, from the jump, they're already a citizen of 3 countries: American citizen, Malaysian citizen, and a Nigerian citizen. So they already have 3 passports from the jump. So that factors into my decision making as well. What of Voyage say the U.S. worldwide taxation is ridiculous? What about FATCA Act? So many issues open an account with U.S. passports in some country. Yeah, some countries will not take you just by being American because they don't want to deal with the American government. Because the long arm of the U.S. government is so strong and it reaches. It doesn't matter where you are globally. United States is one of the 2 countries that taxes its citizens regardless of where you earn your income. It's like they own you. Wherever you make your income, like, bitch, better bring me my scratch. It doesn't matter where you earn it in the U.S., you earn it outside the U.S., you better bring Uncle Sam his scratch. Or he's going to reach, it doesn't matter where you are at the end of the world, and grab you and tore you to pieces. It doesn't matter. The other country is Electra, which they have this thing they call the foreign tax. If you are, or the expat tax, if you're an Electran citizen, you're living abroad, but most of them don't pay, majority, they don't pay. Because the Electran government, what they're going to do to an Electran citizen living in New York? Come over there and grab them. But the U.S. government can. If you're an American citizen living in Electra, you making income over there, kicking up to Uncle Sam, he could come over there and squash you. So you see a lot of people here in Malaysia, Americans, that have denounced their U.S. citizen, but they have gained another passport, like St. Kitts, and other countries do this investment program passport. Or it requires you have to be a little bit of deep pockets, because a lot of these places you invest in like 100K, 200K, a million US, and it fast tracks your way. Argentina is another country that does it by investment. Turkey is another country. So if you got deep pockets and once you start earning income, you want to look into that, diversify your passport. We getting Arab money, attrition. Yes, sir, we are. You are if you're over there in United Arab Emirates. E-Money gets it in. I learned that from Calvin. He encouraged guys to trick in Philippines. He advocates for marrying bad girls. What? That's what Sunshine Show said in his video. I don't know, man. Calvin is a strong man. He's a solid dude. I would say this on this channel. Don't marry a bad girl. Don't. Don't marry a bad girl. Chew the meat, spit out the bones. That's all I can say. As a matter of fact, I prefer Malaysia over Singapore, and you get the same level of comfort. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I was telling someone the other day, what a voyage. You get so much in Malaysia for a fraction of the price. All you have to do is just come up to Kuala Lumpur from Singapore. Singapore, you paying then near US prices. Singaporean dollar, they use Singaporean dollar. The ringgit keeps sliding against the Singaporean dollar and the US dollar. So the ringgit, which is the Malaysian currency, keeps sliding down for the down. You get so much. I mean, I'm in a place called Bukit Bingden, which is almost like Times Square. That's where everything is, all the Gucci, Louis Vuitton stores, all that stuff. That's where it is at. The Chinket, which is like walking street, bars, clubs, restaurant, everything is within walking distance. And I have this apartment or this condo, infinity pool out top, unbelievable amenities, and I'm paying about $40 a day. $40 a day. And when I renegotiated it, I got it way less than that. Because I always negotiate as an Airbnb host and a guy with great reviews on my profile. I always negotiate with other hosts to give me some type of special code to reduce the price. That's another game. When you start traveling, treat people's homes like it's yours. So they leave you good reviews. And you can leverage those good reviews, because in this business, in the Airbnb, reviews does a lot for us. Helps you become a super host. When you become a super host, they put your property on top. When your property is on top, you get more booking. So more booking, more money. So it all translates. So if you have good reviews and you talk to the host, hey, this is me, I'm no party, and they look at your profile, they see all those good reviews. Okay. Because no one wants to host an asshole. Aaron Queen says, have a game plan already for the haters that will be coming out of the woodwork. Yeah, man. I know they're going to come. I'm just going to fucking ignore and keep doing my thing. And you actually block them, because I ain't got time for all that negativity. Conflict 2 says, I really like Bonifacio area. Yeah, BGA, what was it called? BGA, something like that. Area in the Philippines. But it's like you living in the US. That place is built specifically for foreigners. It's like IT Park in Cebu. Ozzy says hello. Congrats on the 1K. Thank you, my brother. Thank you, Ozzy. Yeah, Bonifacio Global City. BGC. Yeah. BGC. E-Money gets it in. Yeah, if you got a question, please put it in the chat. I just got my work permit here in Thailand yesterday. I got my bank account here and everything. I'm looking to work remote though. Another benefit of having a bank account there is then you will start avoiding all those ATM transaction fees, because, man, every time I take out money from the ATM, it costs me about $10. Even though I go to like in network ATMs, they still charge me. I have to call my bank to reimburse me what they charge me on their side. So I'm just paying like $5 for just the ATM. Yes, Kansas City, Conflict to say Kansas City is really nice too. Yes, Kansas City, really nice. I stayed there, met some beautiful, beautiful. If you're gonna be in Manila, don't stay in McCarthy unless you got some serious business over there. Go to Kansas City. Even the girls that I met over in Kansas City, unbelievable. Thick, beautiful, and thick. And I still talk to some of them today. That's Filipinos, man. Once you get to know that, you don't have to, man. I still talk, not like constant conversation, but every once in a while, hello, hi, just, yeah, you can't beat Filipinos, man. They make the world go round. Yeah, Uncle Sam is a G. You do not want to fuck with Uncle Sam. Mr. Travolta, born in Nigeria, but I've lived in the UK for most of my life. I love Philippines as well. Lived in the Philippines 3 months last year. You are right. Cold approach better than online. Online, everyone seems to want help and load. Yes, because that's the game, especially after the pandemic. It just got worse. Because what happened was a lot of the guys that were stalking the Matrix, not just the US, but even the UK, Australia, they all went online. They would talk to these girls. They would just send them money because at least they have someone to talk to, because the Western society is a lonely society, especially for men. It's an isolation society. Men are so isolated. It's a lonely society where they, at least when they were talking to these Filipinos, they loved the attention that they were getting, the personal attention that they were getting. That's why OnlyFans is $1 billion company. Because of Western men, not because of Southeast Asian men or Asian men, because of Western men. At least they find a girl that can talk to her, talk to them. So what had happened, it turned into this game where girls know, if you go in here, these soccer foreigners are going to send you money. And a lot of them just went in there, and the good girls that really want a guy say, oh, all these guys, they be talking to them for months. None of them is coming. It's just a big waste of time. They're left. So when you go online, just expect some of them will come out right away. Some of them will do the long game, but they will want you to send them something for load, for, oh, I don't have nothing to eat. I gave money to my grandma to pay school fees for my nephew. Now I'm sitting here hungry. Man, ain't got time for that nonsense. So, yeah, man. But some guys want the easy way. E-money gets it and he says, I have a Cruise Carry account. I don't know what that is. Is that a bank? That a bank? Yeah, because it helps. Where you can just wire transfer from your US account or your UK account to the Filipino account, and you just, do your transaction, or your Thai bank account, and you can just do your transaction from there without incurring any fees. Yeah, they are truly the best. But thank you guys so much for joining me. I don't see any more questions. I'm going to land this plane. This is the first live stream. For many to come, I'm going to be going live here. Hopefully, once I move this place, permanently build me a studio so I can better entertain on my live streams. And all right, thank you so much. On your way out, like, subscribe, share the content. Because when you share it, the algorithm favors sharing. That's something that I learned. Algorithm favors sharing other content more than just liking and commenting. And leave questions on the comment section of each video, and I'll go in, do my best to answer them. Thank you, guys. Salute.